Hello there once again. This is Earl Bryant coming at you from the New York City suburbs of Long Island, and it's time once more for Pearls from Earl. It's my mission to educate, edify, and encourage excellence in every area of your life. Today's Pearl is called "The Comeback is Always Greater Than the Setback." Let me take you back to a time during my teen years. I was 15 years old, and I had been reluctantly signed up to enter a speech contest. Or at least that's what I was told. Very simply, I was told, write a speech, deliver a speech, and there would be two other contestants. The night of the event, I met the other two contestants, and we sat behind the podium, turned over our speeches to one of the organizers, whom I assume was a judge, and I sat there and watched as the first contestant gave a speech and did an excellent job. And as he sat down to receive his applause, when the applause died down and the second speaker began to speak, I congratulated him on doing such a great job, and I marveled at the fact that he didn't use any notes. He said to me, "Well, that's called oratory." I said, "What's oratory?" Well, he explained to me that oratory very simply means that you deliver a speech that you have memorized. Then he informed me of something that I should have known earlier, that the competition we were in was oratory. And I said, "You mean to tell me that I'm supposed to have memorized a speech for this competition?" And he confirmed that. That's when I found out what kind of competition this really was. So by the time I got to the podium, there really wasn't much I could do to address this issue. I struggled for about 30 seconds. I excused myself and I sat down, thoroughly humiliated and embarrassed. And there was a little bit of confusion until one of the organizers took the podium and he announced to the crowd that he believed that I had been, as he put it, ill-advised as to the nature of the competition. So he graciously allowed me to come to the podium one more time and deliver my speech with my notes and just recite basically what I had written. I received applause. It was very nice. It was very polite, but at the same time, it didn't make me feel any better. I was still embarrassed and I was still humiliated. And in fact, I carried the memory of that unfortunate experience for over 20 years. Until one day, when I was at work in North Carolina, stepped onto an elevator and I saw a flyer for an organization that was meeting twice a month at our workplace called Toastmasters. Now, a few people had little bits and pieces to say about Toastmasters. They didn't really know very much about it. All they said was that it was just standing up and speaking in front of people, and they couldn't do that. Well, that was about as much information as what I'd had when I was 15, when I was told, "Well, you're just going to enter a speech contest and just write a speech and give a speech." So I figured maybe I'd better do a little bit of my own research this time. So I went online, looked up Toastmasters, and found out it wasn't just giving speeches. It was about communication and leadership. And although the memory of that unfortunate experience was still fresh in my mind, and I was still scared that I was going to go through the same thing all over again and be embarrassed and humiliated, it weighed on my mind for a while, and I decided I would at least go and sit in on a meeting and see what it was all about. So I went to the first meeting as a guest. I sat in and I watched people standing up at their chairs and at the podium giving speeches, and they were calm, they were poised, they were confident. And I remember thinking to myself, boy, I wish I could speak like that. And I was on the verge of feeling sorry for myself when the person who would become my sponsor went to the podium and said something that absolutely changed my life, and it certainly changed my mind. She said, "Everyone in here at some point has gone through the knocking knees." And when she said that, I just felt this huge weight fall off my shoulders. And I felt a spark of hope in my heart and I said to myself, you mean to tell me everybody in here has felt the same way I'm feeling right now? Everybody's been scared. Everybody's been nervous. Everybody's felt awkward and unsteady and uncomfortable. And they worked through it and now they sound like that? And it occurred to me, maybe, just maybe, if I join this organization and I work through the process and they work with me and they help me, maybe I can become one of them. Maybe I can become confident too. Maybe there's some hope for me yet. It was then that I realized nobody, as a friend said to me later on, is born an expert. Nobody knows what to do from day one. Everybody has to learn. And I realized that maybe I could learn this too, and that maybe I had a chance to become a good speaker. So I signed up, as nervous as I was, and scared as I was, and unsure as I was. I went through the process. They had a program of 10 speeches where you can become a competent Toastmaster. And the very first speech you give is what's called an icebreaker, where you just tell everybody about yourself, and they even said you don't have to give a title. Well, I chose to give a title anyway, and then my title was called Why I Joined Toastmasters. I explained what happened when I was 15, about that unfortunate experience that I had, and I said the main reason I'm here is because I want to right that wrong, I want to turn that around, and I believe this is my second chance to make that better. And I continued with the program for about 6 years. I went through the process of working out all my speeches, all different types of topics. Worked on my pace, worked on my breathing, worked on staying calm, even worked on standing out in front of the podium to just talk. Not in a formal manner, but as many people told me, just relax, just breathe, and just have a conversation. So by the time I got to my 10th speech, which was probably the easiest speech of the 10 that I did because it talked about inspiration, finding someone or something that inspired you. And the easiest thing I could think of at that time was talking about my grandmother who had passed on a short time earlier, because she was a great inspiration to me. So that was, for me, a very easy speech to deliver. And that was how I earned my competent Toastmaster designation, which I am still very proud of to this day. And those 6 years that I spent in Toastmasters, I wouldn't trade for anything in this world, because it really did help me. Now recently, I was challenged by some friends to do a series of videos, YouTube videos, because I was feeling a little bit uneasy about the process. Because the idea of getting in front of a camera made me a little bit uneasy because I was unsure about it. Seeing myself speak on camera, I wasn't really sure about either. But I thought about what I learned in Toastmasters and I realized something. It's very similar. There are very few differences. For one, I get to see myself on camera and I don't get to see the audience, whereas in Toastmasters, I don't see myself, but I do see the audience. But there was a similarity. Just like with Toastmasters, you learn to pace yourself, you learn to breathe, you learn to remain calm, you learn to just basically have a conversation with your audience. And all you need to do is just talk to them. It doesn't have to be formal, it doesn't have to be uptight, it doesn't have to be perfect, you just get to be you. So in this respect, I learned how to experience the comeback even before there was a setback. And I was able to confront my fear and confront my nervousness. And I realized that just like in Toastmasters, as I go through the process, I can become more confident and I can become more poised and I can feel better about myself through the process. And I can tell you, as I sit here right now, that is definitely coming true. So, what I would say to you who are watching me right now, your pearl for today is this. No matter what your setback is, you can always have a comeback. Napoleon Hill referred to setbacks and failure with 2 words: temporary defeat. Success can be a matter of overcoming failure, overcoming defeat, when you understand that it's only temporary. It does not have to be long-term. It is only as long-term as you allow it to be. It's only as long-term as you make it. You can turn that situation around and work it out in your favor, and you can make it all good. So truly, a comeback can be greater than a setback, but it's entirely up to you, and the ball is in your court. And that is today's Pearl for Earl. I hope you got some value out of it. And if you did, please do me the honor of giving me a like or a thumbs up. Please share this information with people that you believe would benefit from what you have just seen. And if you're on YouTube, please do me the honor of subscribing, so I will be sure to give you some more content that I believe will bless you in your life. Now, this is one of many lessons that I've learned. In addition to getting it from Toastmasters, I got it reinforced by some people that I've come to meet and to appreciate in recent months. They have taught me how to use these lessons and reinforce these lessons to make myself a better person, both personally and professionally, and to be a blessing to others as I become blessed as well. If you would like to learn more about this group and how they can help you to become your best professionally and personally, then I invite you, if you're on YouTube, to click the link that I have included below. So you'll be taken to a page and you'll get to learn about this organization firsthand and this community of like-minded people that can help you improve your life if you believe that is possible. In fact, you can give them a test run of 10 days for $10, put them through its paces, put it through its paces, and see if it's something that's a good fit for you. And if it's not, before the 10 days are up, you can ask for a refund and get your $10 back. Again, it has been my honor and my privilege to share this with you. If you're on YouTube, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you're on any other media, be sure to like this and give it a thumbs up and share it with people that you care about. And until the next time when we gather around, and I hope to see you right back out there, this is Earl Bryant signing off from the New York City suburbs of Long Island, and you make it a great day. Take care, and bye for now.